Hello and welcome to You Don't Know Jack. We are the Outsiders Looking In. My name is Chris Brown.
And I'm Hubert Maitland.
And we are recording on a wonderful, beautiful Wednesday, February 7th, 2024. It was actually a really nice day.
It was until you stepped outside and found out it was cold.
True. But I mean, I'll take the sun in February up
That's
here.
true. I mean, it's supposed to rain for the next 3 days. So.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Don't tell me that.
Well, starting Friday. It's supposed to rain from Friday to Monday.
Friday to Monday?
Yeah. That's going to be fun. I mean, you could be in California right now.
True. Prayers out to everybody in California.
Yeah,
I got family out there.
Could be in a mudslide or something.
Yeah, monsoon, mudslide, flooding. Yeah, not fun what they're dealing with out there. Even Vegas, they said there was some like snow melting and there were some issues near Vegas. So it's
the world is ending.
Yeah, everybody just stay safe.
The world is ending.
Yeah, the world is ending, but at least we have some sports to look forward to entertain us in the meantime. This episode, we're going to talk a little bit about the state of college football, and I'm so excited about the new playoff structure coming up. We're going to give you an update on my Cincinnati Bengals and some of their moves and news from the offseason, as well as Hubert's Eagles and what they got going on. They got big news. They're going to take their talents south, like LeBron, but further south.
To South Beach?
Yeah.
To the beach of the South?
Keep going south, past the equator, everything. It's all good. And it's a place that you've been, so that's kind of cool.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that is true.
That's a teaser. We'll get to that. We'll also recap these conference championship games, both the AFC championship game, also known as the Taylor Bowl, and the NFC championship game.
I forgot.
That was pretty good. Yeah. So
I don't know if it was pretty good, but
pretty. And then we'll get into the main event of the weekend. Since we're going to be reined in, we might as well watch. It's going to be the Super Bowl. Super Bowl 58?
I think so.
I'm horrible at Roman numerals.
The Bowl of the Super, I like to call it.
Yeah, are we allowed to say Super Bowl? Is that copyrighted?
Probably. Everything in the NFL is copyrighted. We cannot use this podcast because without the expressed written consent of the NFL.
And Roger Goodell himself. Got to get his signature on everything. Roger Goodell.
He tried to get famous, man. He trying to get famous. I'm like, hey.
I mean, he's got to get famous and rich. You got to have both, apparently. Anyways, I'm not counting anybody's pockets. Looking at you, Adam Silver.
Adam Silverman.
Well, let's just jump into it. College football. We are going to wrap this up because there were some interesting moves all along the way. Coaching decisions and movement. You got things going on with conference realignment. You got like I said, the playoff stuff. So where do you want to start?
Let's start with Alabama first. I know we have FSU on the screen, but we'll start with Alabama.
No one cares about Alabama anymore.
I want to start with Alabama because Alabama, the great, the amazing, the football god, we call him, Nick Saban, has retired. Yeah, little G, yes. Little G. Not big G, little G. Has retired. I didn't think this day would come. I really didn't. I genuinely thought that Nick Saban would be there until I retired from football. Let's just put it that way.
I thought you were going to say passed away from football. I was like, what?
I was going to say croaked, but since Nick Saban's got like 30 years on me, I honestly thought he was going to be. I honestly thought he was going to be there forever, but no, he retired. He called it quits this year, good riddance to him. I mean, I wish I could say, I wish I could say, I mean, I respect him highly. I mean, what he's did for college football, what he did for Alabama, the legacy that he's left there, it's just incredible. Nobody's going to be able to match that. Nobody except for Bear Bryant, but. Then again, you could make arguments that it's not as competitive then as it is now.
True.
But, it's just we're not going to see. I mean, Bill Belichick is the closest thing to it, and he doesn't have as many championships as Nick Saban does. So, I mean, much respect to Nick Saban. Thank you for retiring early than I anticipated. Now maybe hopefully Georgia doesn't take over and Kirby Smart win 7 championships in a row. But yeah,
You never know.
I do know because somebody's gonna beat them. Somebody will. Probably not us because we lost them 63-3. But Alabama, man, y'all all right? I just want to know if they all right. I just want to know if they.
So they ended up hiring. I don't know how to pronounce his name.
DeBoer? Yeah.
So he was the Washington State head coach, or excuse me, Washington Huskies.
Yeah.
Head coach. They were in the playoff this year. They played for. They played for the championship. Are we going to say that they played or that they just showed up?
I mean, they got. They showed up. They weren't ready.
Yeah,
they weren't ready. Michigan said, "Oh, y'all, we're not playing Alabama.
Yeah,
we're not playing Georgia. It's easy.
Okay, yeah, they said it's done with. It's over.
It's easy.
We got this." So they lost to Michigan 34-13. The game was kind of close at first, but at the end of the day, Michigan is just a powerhouse. They were the team of destiny. They had the chip on their shoulder after the scandal earlier this year, the cheating scandal, I should say.
Cheaters,
accused of stealing signs,
allegedly,
and Harbaugh had to actually sit out for a couple games.
We are not endorsing that they did that. We're just going to say allegedly because we don't want a defamation suit. So allegedly,
yeah, allegedly, and also. Stealing signs happens all the time. I don't know of any coach or team that doesn't steal signs.
I don't. But
I mean, yeah, that's in order to win, you have to steal signs. Patriots do it.
Allegedly.
Michigan does.
Allegedly. Allegedly. Okay.
What's the statute of limitations on that? Because the Patriots scandal was years ago. But anywho, no, I'm just really excited that. That Alabama is going to find a quality coach. And I'm really interested to see. A lot of people are like, oh, Nick Saban doesn't want to compete. He can't grab all the 5-star recruits anymore because of NIL and all the money. We'll talk about more of those issues with name, image, and likeness money that is flooding college football and causing all types of havoc. There's a lot going on in college football right now. And I think Nick Saban just realized, you know what? I don't really care. I can make a ton of money doing. It actually was announced today. He's joining College Game Day on ESPN.
Of course he is.
Of course he is. And so he's going to be a commentator, analyst for the college football unit of ESPN, including Pat McAfee and Desmond Howard and all of those people.
The rich get richer.
So yeah, I'm excited for Saban, his next chapter, and I think Alabama. They may be good, they may be a contender, but they're never going to be quite the dominant team that they were under Nick Saban, and I want to see how the fans react. It's similar to like what the Patriots are going through with Belichick and these last couple of years, as well as without Belichick, now that he's been fired-ish. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens. And the SEC, who knows nowadays with the SEC, who's the powerhouse? Is it Florida?
Georgia.
Is it Georgia? Is it
Georgia.
Tennessee? Is it
Georgia.
Tennessee, bro? Tennessee is looking good with that quarterback.
They did last year, and then they didn't show up against them.
True. But I Tennessee is a sleeper to watch in the SEC this year for me. I really like their second-year quarterback coming in, taking over the reins. He looks like a true game changer. So we'll see what happens. But kudos to Nick. Congratulations on a great career. You can't always be the dominant team. So Alabama fans, you may have a couple of years where you're not, the favorite to win it all. And, life goes on. But I'm just interested in the reconfiguration of college football. That's going to be fascinating.
Big Ten becoming huge. SEC getting a couple big name teams. Big Ten, like I said, Big 12 getting. I think most of the Pac-12.
Pac-12 is basically
Big
gone.
10. Yeah, it's going to most of them going to the Big Ten, I believe.
Yep. USC especially.
Yeah. So and if Florida State, if we win this lawsuit, we will be actually Big Ten, probably headed to the Big Ten, because
Interesting. Big Ten?
the SEC didn't want us. They don't want us. Apparently, from the reports that I've heard. So from what I've read, there's so many conflicting reports out there about what's going on with the lawsuit from Florida State and the ACC.
Yeah.
Some reports that are saying that Florida State has has a good chance to win because of some. Let me see if I can get this right. The ACC commissioner bypassed procedures to vote on a certain law or resolution or something, and so instead of going through the proper channels, he authorized it himself, and that pretty much makes it a what they call in law a voidable contract, voidable or a breach of contract or something like that. I'm not a lawyer, so but
everything is alleged.
Yeah, so pretty much
do your own research.
So pretty much that just makes it much harder for them to retain Florida State because they have a case. So we may be seeing Florida State leave the ACC here pretty soon, within the next year. I don't know if we're going to be playing there in 2024 and 2025, but there is a good chance we might be in the Big Ten next year, and an even better chance that if we do leave, a lot of teams are coming with us. Clemson, they're pretty much going to be gone. Miami be next.
Miami.
There's another team that was mentioned that would be gone too. So, I mean, the ACC is just crumbling. So, and I don't feel sorry for them because they were, from alleged reports, they were a poorly run conference from the outside looking in. So, I don't know. Yeah. I just hope that this resolves quickly. We can get back to football, get back to our winning ways. I mean, we've got a good, I would say, recruiting class, but we have a better transport portal class, I guess you could say. So, Norvell knows how to get those veterans. I'll tell you that. Do you have any thoughts on that? Or
free FSU. That's it.
Hashtag free FSU. Allegedly. And
that's all I got on the ACC and FSU.
Also, lastly, on the FSU front, there's been some allegations, allegedly, that Oregon was tampering with one of Florida State's players. It's like you said. There's a lot of sign stealing and all the stuff that goes on in sports. There's also a lot of behind the back communications that happens with players and things. So there's a lot going on in college football, and frankly, I just get your popcorn because we're about to see some stuff pop off. It's going to be
very, very entertaining. Not to mention, the playoff is now a 12-game playoff, like we said. We're incredibly excited about that because all Power Fives, if there is a Power Five.
No, it's Power 2 now?
Yeah,
Power 3?
It's like a Power 2 or 3. But all conference champions will get in that we care about. Plus, there will be space for other people that, have a decent resume that we think could compete in the playoffs. So I think 12 teams is exactly what we need to see. I'm excited about all the movement. Is it a little weird? Like, I was listening to some podcast the other day, and they were saying that they were interviewing, is it Lincoln Riley? Who's the head coach of USC? I think it's Lincoln Riley.
I think it's Lincoln Riley,
yeah. So Lincoln Riley was talking about having to play games at 9 a.m. Pacific time, because like a 12 p.m. kickoff Eastern is all his players will be used to that being 9 a.m. Pacific, and so it's definitely going to be interesting for everybody to adjust and have these cross country flights. But I think it's worthwhile because there's a lot of big names like USC, UCLA that deserve to have some more airtime, some more coverage those games that start at like 10:30 Eastern, just nobody watches that.
No.
Even if the games are good and the teams are good, nobody watches that.
No.
So we'll definitely have to go and watch the changes. Shout out to all of the moves that are being made, getting the players played. I did want to shout out one guy destroying Donald De La Haye. I think that's how you say it. He was actually one of the, not the first, obviously, but one of the bigger college football players to decide, yeah, I'm actually just going to take my money and go. Because he had a very popular YouTube channel where he had a lot of football content.
Still very popular. I watch his channel. Shout out to him. We're not getting subscriptions, but yo, destroying. I love your stuff, man.
Yeah, destroying is legit. He's a kicker, had a lot of personality, and he was like, I'm gonna make more money on YouTube. I might as well just go with this YouTube thing. And he tried to, tell the NCAA that you can't limit what I can do outside of, the university. You can't take my YouTube channel from me, my revenue stream. And they were like, no, you got to choose. And so he chose YouTube, and he was very successful. Now he's being signed by the San Antonio Brahmas of the newly merged United Football League.
Let's
newly
go.
Created entity. Headed up by the Dwayne The Rock Johnson. The Rock. So very excited to see him play. He's been trying to get a shot on an NFL team for a while. Hopefully this will be that, minor league, that farm system that he'll need to get exposure and get him signed on an NFL team. Because we all know that kickers in the NFL, there's a lot of talented kickers, but there's a lot of guys that get the yips, and then all of a sudden it's like downhill. So they come and go pretty easy.
I feel like he can do more too. He's not just a kicker. I feel like he can be like a receiver or something.
Yeah, he's a very talented guy. He doesn't have to just kick. He can probably punt returns and kickoff returns and stuff like that. So he can do some other stuff as well. So that's going to bring a lot of eyeballs to the league. I think that's a big part of signing somebody like this, give him a shot, as well as shine some light on this newly merged entity of minor league football that we're going to see this spring. Kicks off March. I believe the first games are March 30th.
That was far away? Man.
Yeah, I think it's about a month after the Super Bowl. So,
I was hoping the next day we start with some more football.
United Football League right after the Super Bowl, Monday night.
Do you know how epic that would be?
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Football after football?
Yeah, that's what they try to do. But UFL will kick off Saturday, March 30th at 1 p.m. In Arlington. So got a little bit of ways after the Super Bowl, but it's going to be pretty cool to see all of these guys work their way up to the league. There's actually a couple of guys that made it to the NFL because of these spring leagues. So
I just have one question.
Yeah.
Can we see The Rock play?
You can see him wrestle. He's actually back in WWE.
Oh, really?
Oh, and shout out to him. He got a board seat on TKO, the company that owns both the UFC and the WWE. So shout out to him. He got full ownership of his The Rock trademark, making moves like we want to do here at YDKJ Podcast. So you know what you guys should do? You guys should, can't speak. You guys should subscribe to our YouTube channel, subscribe to our TikTok. We have a TikTok, right?
I think so.
If we don't, we will.
I haven't posted anything on TikTok in a minute.
Yeah, we've got an Instagram. I know we got an Instagram. So yeah, go ahead and do that because we're trying to make big moves like The Rock.
Like The Rock. The Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
The People's Champ.
So moving on. This is your segment. You can take the floor on this one.
Yeah, the Bengals are not playing football, and it's the off season. Done. Next.
Right, moving on.
Next.
This is my segment. We're looking at the Eagles. We made some interesting moves. Where to start? I have an outline, but I don't know if I want to start there yet. I'm gonna start there. So Nick Sirianni, the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles, he made some very interesting moves. A lot of people kind of agree, kind of don't. If you look at the stats for the season, some would disagree. But if you looked at the games that we played, some would be like, yes, please get him out of here. So we've fired defensive and offensive coordinators. Brian Johnson, the offensive coordinator, Sean Desai and Matt Patricia. Sean Desai having the title, Matt Patricia calling the plays. Both got let go, fired. So we went out immediately and hired Vic Fangio as our new defensive coordinator. So this is what I didn't understand. We hired a bunch of people that run the Vic Fangio system, which I keep hearing that, and I don't really understand what that is because it didn't seem to work. And so instead of going another route, we actually hire Vic Fangio to see if that's going to work with the players that we have. And look, I'm not saying that it's not going to work. I'm just saying insanity. What's the definition of insanity?
Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results.
Right. So Vic Fangio, like they call him, if you can't run his system like him, might as well get the person that made the system. Sure, why not? So I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, but I'm skeptical. Very, very skeptical of that hiring. Very, very skeptical of the system he runs. Because if it's a good system, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna say it doesn't matter, but more likely than not, a lot of people can replicate success with that system. I mean, some people say Sean Desai did. His numbers were pretty good. Although, I mean, the Eagles gave up a lot of points. But overall, yeah, I'm skeptical of how this is going to go. As far as the offensive side of the football, we hired Kellen Moore. He was the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. Backup quarterback, I should say. Not the he's not that great to be, and then he was a coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys, and then went his last season he was the coordinator for the LA Chargers. So a lot of people were saying yes. If you watch the games, the Eagles were very dry, didn't have a lot of motion, didn't have a lot of movement, didn't design plays very well to get people open. Just the offense looked dead. So we would go out. We fired Brian Johnson, who his numbers again look amazing. I mean, top 10 in a lot of categories, including scoring. And go to a guy who had a full squad at the beginning of the season in the Chargers and still was, mediocre at best. So I mean, there's a lot of skepticism to go around with these. I mean, yes, they're veterans. They've been in the league. They're experienced in a lot of different situational football and all this stuff. But are they truly the best coordinators that we could have gotten? I think we made very, very hasty moves at the beginning, and we just honed in on who we wanted instead of looking at the best fit for the team. But time will tell on that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know much about your coordinators. Obviously, don't study them that in depth. But there were a lot of good names being floated out there, like Mike Zimmer and Ron Rivera after he got fired from the Washington Commanders or whatever they're called.
I was looking for Eric Bieniemy to be our offensive coordinator.
They said he may be looking for a new job as well. Since
he got let
coach
go.
Coming in.
Yeah,
he officially got let go.
Oh yeah, he got let go.
Okay,
he's out. When they brought in what's his face to the who they hire?
Was it Cliff? No, it wasn't Cliff Kingsbury.
That's who he hired as the coordinator. Okay. I forget who the head coach was for the Commanders now. It escapes me, but yeah. So Cliff is now the coordinator for the Washington Commanders, which doesn't scare me at all, really. Bieniemy scared me more than Cliff does.
Dan Quinn?
Dan Quinn, exactly. Okay. Yes, Dan Quinn. He doesn't scare me either. I mean,
yeah, he was He was okay when he was with Atlanta. I don't know. Oh, shout out to Raheem Morris, by the way, by
Yes.
being the first black coach in Atlanta Falcons history.
Let's
I think that's going
go.
to be pretty cool. He was the interim head coach at one point a couple years ago, but now he's the real deal.
guy.
He's the main guy coming from the Chargers, and hopefully he'll be able to put something together for the Falcons. But that's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is, did you have other options, better options available to you guys? I just think if you're keeping Sirianni, you're probably just going to make incremental moves on the offensive coordinator side and the defensive coordinator side. Just like they kept McCarthy in Dallas, and I do think they could make some big upgrades at defensive coordinator, or not upgrades. They can replace Dan Quinn and have some consistency by hiring Zimmer or hiring Ron Rivera. I always thought Ron Rivera should have been the head coach of the Cowboys back in the day. So we'll see what happens there.
I'm just glad they kept Mike McCarthy.
Because
so
you're going to dominate if it's Mike McCarthy
Yes,
as the
all the
head
time,
coach of
every
the
day,
Cowboys.
every day.
So
And he's always going to lose in the playoffs every day, so it doesn't matter.
These are incremental moves for the Eagles. I don't know what that does for Jalen for his development. I really felt like he regressed a little bit this year, whether it be because of injuries that he hasn't told us about or whatever. There's something to be said about having consistency with your offensive coordinator as a young quarterback. And so making these types of changes, I'm not a fan. I'm a fan of having coaches around for a while. Not too long, but for a while.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know, man. I'm skeptical. We're gonna see how this plays out. All depends again on personnel. I think we're gonna move on from a lot of the. I feel like this year's last year we'll see of the Super Bowl winning team. Kelsey might retire. Fletcher Cox might retire. Brandon Graham probably is gonna retire. Although Brandon Graham has said he wants to play a few more years. But yeah, overall, it depends on the personnel. If we can go out and get some talented defensive, especially on the defensive side of the ball, we need talent and we need experience, especially in key areas. Because apparently in this Vic Fangio system, we need very good safeties and linebackers, the two areas that we were weakest in last season. So we'll see. Mm-hmm. We'll see how that goes.
Got to trust the process.
Yeah. So, speaking of process, we witnessed a couple of championship games this past weekend. Not this past weekend, the weekend before. This past weekend was the Pro Bowl. I don't know why they keep playing the Pro Bowl. Anyway,
because Jamar Chase is a beast.
Jamar Chase. Oh yeah, him. I was. You know what I was thinking of? I was thinking of Jamal Charles when you said that. I was like, wait, Jamar Chase.
No,
Jamal Charles, the running back back in the day.
Yeah, he played for the
Chiefs. Yeah,
he played for the Chiefs.
When you said that, I was like, wait, I don't know, because I heard that and I saw the Chiefs.
Nah, there was a nasty move by C.J. Stroud to get away from pressure. I mean, we're talking about 7-7 here, but whatever. It was a nasty move to get away from pressure, and then he hit Jamar Chase on a post route in the end zone. It was just beautiful. Sorry, had to shout out my boy, number one.
Yeah, we wish
the only one.
We wish we got him in Philly. Anyway, takeaways from the Kansas City game. It's gonna be quick. Lamar's not ready.
Not bad for a running back.
Not bad for a running back. The Chiefs. The Chiefs are literally the league's favorite team. Yeah, it's unbelievable how the league. I mean, I'm not trying to say that the league is throwing games for them. However,
are you saying there's a script?
There is definitely a script.
Somebody's writing the script.
Roger Goodell's writing the script. He's actually currently writing the script for next season. Allegedly. Yeah, so the vaunted defense that shut down the 49ers and destroyed them could not contain Patrick Mahomes and one wide receiver. And ironically, their one wide receiver was MVS. Not that he was actually doing anything. He just caught the last pass to seal the game, which I'm like, really? Mm-hmm. Anyway, yeah. So I just everybody's saying the Ravens are good. Lamar's gonna be, he's an MVP. He's doing this and doing that. I mean, he didn't show up. Just didn't show up. So, Chiefs again going to the Super Bowl. Kind of sick of seeing them in the Super Bowl.
Don't hate on greatness.
I'm not hating on greatness. I'm just tired of seeing greatness. Let's give some other people a chance. That's all I'm saying.
This is not Pee Wee football. There's no participation trophies. You got to earn that.
There needs to be.
You got to earn that.
Needs to be some participation trophy. So, yeah, but that's for me. What did you see in the game?
I think it was obviously a bad game from Lamar. He had a fumble lost or strip sack, basically. He wasn't really hitting his receivers. It looked like he was a little confused at times. I will say that I didn't like the play calls. I really felt like they went a little too fancy, a little too much east and west when they should have gone north and south. Their run game was barely existent. The Ravens had one of the top 5 rushing offenses in the league, or were one of the top 5 rushing offenses in the league, and it just didn't materialize in that AFC Championship game. And I was just like, what is going on right now? So
got to give the Chiefs defense credit.
Chiefs defense. Spags did his thing. Really clamped it down. But when you get one dimensional like that, where Ravens can't run the ball, so now Lamar's trying to run around and make plays, and you're doing all types of things to get Zay Flowers the ball, which I do respect that, but then Zay was not having his best game.
I mean, when you fumble it into the end zone.
Well, yeah, forced fumble, but still, you got to be smarter than that. And he's a rook; he'll understand, he'll bounce back. But it's just not what I expected from the Baltimore Ravens. Very sad. Their first AFC home game ever. And this is how you come out.
You bring Ed Reed. Was it Ed Reed? Yeah, I think Ed Reed was there.
Suggs was there.
Suggs. You bring Ray Lewis. You bring all those OGs into the building, and you lose in front of them. Come on, man.
Yeah, not what I expected at all. I expected a closer game. Final score was 17-10, and there was a moment where I thought there was a comeback, but obviously Zay Flowers fumbled late in the fourth quarter. So it's just proof that Kansas City Chiefs, we thought they were dead, but when you have a lot of talent, you have a lot of incredible coaches.
You got a lot of refs on your side.
You got a lot of payola, grease in the pockets of the refs.
Exactly.
When Vegas wants the Chiefs to win and Taylor at the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
When everything comes together, Mercury is aligned with Jupiter.
It's all about Taylor. It's all about the Swifties. Swifties making it. If the Swifties were in Philadelphia with Dallas Goedert, we'd probably be in the Super Bowl right now. Just saying.
Sounds like you have bad blood.
I like what you did there. We're not giving Swifties the satisfaction on this one.
Yeah.
Don't come for me, Swifties. I'm just saying.
Yeah, definitely don't come for us, because you guys have made it to the Super Bowl. It looks like Taylor. I saw all these videos on if Taylor will make it from her concert in Tokyo back to the Super Bowl on Sunday, and she'll make it. She has enough time. So never fear. Travis will be there. And
Travis has to be there.
Yeah, he's
That's
definitely
his job.
And Taylor will be there, and everything
That's
will
her
be
job too,
amazing at the Super Bowl. Usher is going to have an incredible halftime show.
Usher Raymond.
And I expect that it's going to be a good game. Usher. I expect Usher from Chattanooga, actually. Shout out. Hometown hero.
Let it burn.
Yeah. What am I trying to say? It's going to be a great game between the Kansas City Chiefs and this next team, the San Francisco 49ers.
I thought you were going to say that Detroit Lions.
I wish.
Yeah.
We wanted the blackest Super Bowl ever, Ravens versus Detroit, but it didn't happen.
Blackest?
That's what they were saying on the internet. The blackest Super Bowl ever.
I like that. That's funny. That is funny right there.
Man. With Usher as the halftime show.
He'll bring out Eminem. They're gonna do a world premiere a collab together.
Usher and Eminem.
That'd be funny.
And it's Motown too. He'll do all the greats. Bring out. Is Aretha Franklin still alive? I don't know. Moving on. Moving right along. NFC Championship game.
Go ahead. So what are your takeaways from this one?
disappointed in Detroit. I really have I loved what MCDC has done. Dan Campbell, the head coach of the Detroit Lions, what he's done in these last 3 years. It's been a rough 3 years, but he's tried to change the culture, and I think he has. They went to their first NFC Championship game in a very long time. The Lions are actually the only NFC team to never make a Super Bowl. So this was going to be epic. This was going to be big. Everybody was going to be incredibly excited. But it did not happen. Close game at the end, 49ers 34, Lions 31, but it just wasn't meant to be. Purdy had a great game there in San Francisco.
I like the way you're on a first name basis, Purdy.
Last
name
I
basis.
try to be,
Sorry,
I try to be professional. Purdy, Mr. Purdy. So
I just call him Mr. Irrelevant.
Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Mr. Irrelevant is very relevant right now because he's made his first Super Bowl in I believe this is his second year in the league. And excuse me, I'm excited. I love the way San Francisco plays the game. Like, I love the way their offense comes together. Kyle Shanahan and his scheme and what he's able to do with the run game, as well as passing with all those gadget backs, Christian McCaffrey and Debo Samuel. And that wide receiver, Ayuk. Oh, my gosh.
Brandon Ayuk.
Dude is killing it out there. There just weren't enough plays made by the Lions. Like I said, they played a decent game, close at the end, but it didn't come together for them. They had some costly mistakes, and they just felt like they didn't have momentum all game long. It felt like they were just running in the mud in boots. So,
yeah.
Sorry for the city of Detroit. That would have been awesome to see him there. See Barry Sanders probably at the Super Bowl, chilling. Calvin Johnson. That would have been so cool to see all those guys. But unfortunately,
Calvin Johnson would have suited up.
Yeah,
let's go.
Megatron signed a 1-game deal, Super Bowl deal.
Exactly. Get him a ring. Get him out of here.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. Could they sign some of those guys to the staff so they could get them a ring? I don't know if that works, but it would have been cool to see like Barry Sanders get a ring or Calvin Johnson get a ring. But again, wasn't meant to be. Scriptwriters said that it's got to be Purdy, it's got to be the San Francisco 49ers, and it's got to be a rematch of
allegedly
the Super Bowl a couple years ago.
Allegedly,
Kansas City and the 49ers. What were your thoughts on the NFC Championship game before we get into Super Bowl predictions?
First of all, allegedly, we can't say that there are.
I saw the script.
What's the script for next year? I hope the Eagles are in it. I was.
Eagles are gonna get deported.
That's gonna be the highlight right there. Yeah. Oh my goodness!
Everybody's passport got lost.
None of them are coming back to the States.
Nope.
The 49ers looked like the 49ers was a little bit rusty going into the game. That's what happens when you have a long break and then you play your first game. No, this was their first game. No, this was the second game.
Second game.
They looked dead in the water because they were down 21-7 at halftime. I was pretty sure I was going to go to bed early, and no, that didn't happen. So I was disappointed in Detroit not being able to pull it out. I mean, Jared Goff played like he was all world quarterback in the first half, and then couldn't do anything in the second half.
Stunk it up.
Like I don't understand. I have seen it, but I've never seen it this bad in a championship game. Talk about Lamar Odom. Seriously, Lamar Jackson. It's late. Lamar Jackson.
Oh Jesus, he's still alive. Why are you calling his name?
Allegedly, Lamar Jackson stunk it up during that whole game. But I mean, I think it's worse if you had a miraculous game in the first half and then you couldn't do anything in the second half. That was just mind-boggling to me. I was disappointed that Brock Purdy got to the Super Bowl. Not because I'm an Eagles fan, just because it's Brock Purdy. On 31 of 32 teams, he would be a backup quarterback. So kudos to and you say I'm a hater of the Mr. Irrelevant. I'm not. Just the reality of things. You take him off a stacked team like the 49ers. And excellent play calling coach.
Wait. I got a hot take. Brock Purdy on the Dallas Cowboys makes Dallas a contender.
We'll take that all day long.
Makes Dallas a contender.
I'll take that all day
long.
Brock
Purdy on the Dallas Cowboys makes Dallas a contender.
That's inaccurate, sir. Because I mean, he wouldn't even make the starting squad. Just letting you know. But
might beat out Dak. I don't know.
I'd still take Dak over Purdy any day. Yeah, it was just one of those things where the 49ers, they got in a roll, they got the running game going, they got the defense got a stop, got another stopped them on 4th down, and that's all she wrote. That was it. So, I mean, there's nothing else much to say about that except for congratulations to the 49ers. You're going to the Super Bowl. You talked a lot of smack last year about all that, and now you're in the Super Bowl. Don't mess it up, because the Swifties are out for you. That's all I'm saying. So this comes to the culmination of this podcast, the Super Bowl. I'm guessing that's 58. Sure, why not? Super Bowl predictions. I should have had the
LV tray.
LV tray. So start off with you. Oh, and I did some stuff. All right, here.
Nice.
My brother was supposed to be here, but he's my brother. He said he's got other stuff he's got to do. So, all right. So your predictions. We're gonna write this down. I have it here, and then we're gonna revisit this.
Oh, this is professional.
Okay. We do what we got to do. We're gonna keep this. I'm not a betting man, but we're gonna bet today.
Hey, it's in Vegas.
So
when in Rome.
What are your predictions? I need winner and I need score.
All right, let's go. Kansas City, 34. San Francisco, 27.
You hear
close
it here
game,
first.
Very close game, but I think Kansas City ends up taking it in the end. I think they got the experience. I think they've got decent health, and I think they haven't gone. This will be the first team to go back to back since the Patriots in I think like 04 or 05 or something like that. And they've wanted this for a while. They lost to the Buccaneers a couple years ago.
Tom Brady.
Yeah. It's going to be close. I know how much the 49ers want to revenge their loss from 2020, which was also a very close game when Garoppolo was the quarterback there. Not Kelsey, the other tight end. Why can't I remember his name?
Gonzalez?
No. 49ers, a white guy. I can't believe I'm blanking on his name. Kittle. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
So Kittle,
he's still playing there.
Yeah, he had a really interesting moment where he was like, I will be back. I will avenge this loss." They caught him on, a hot mic. What do they call those? Not hot mics.
Hot mics, yeah, they're hot mics.
No. The recording. Yeah, but there's a name for it. Anyways,
a lapel.
Yeah, but they have a name for it when it's sports. Anyways, so yeah, they have a recording of him. Exactly. He's kind of staring up at the confetti, like I'll get back here. So I think there is a chip on their shoulder. I think Purdy obviously has a lot to prove as Mr. Irrelevant, but when it comes down to it, Patrick Mahomes is a bad man. So 34-27, KC wins a close one, a thriller in Vegas, the first Super Bowl ever in Vegas. Should be a good time.
We're not taking that from Stephen A. Smith. So,
okay, it's all good. I'm all in. My chips are in the middle of the table, man. I'm all in on KC.
So what are we betting on that? What is on the line?
Well, your notes say a pack of snacks. What type of snacks we talking about? Wrap snacks.
Well,
Pringles, Doritos.
Since I'm trying to eat healthy, let's go with
celery.
Celery. Yes. If your predictions are correct, and I mean to the T, I have to eat a whole pack of celery.
A whole pack. A whole pack. Okay. Any peanut butter on that celery?
Nope.
No? Good luck.
All right. So for my predictions, I am going to say, I don't even know, honestly. It's red on red. I mean,
yeah, the colors just don't mesh.
Red on red.
They don't.
So somebody's
match.
got to wear white. Some of them have to wear white.
Kansas City probably wears white because they have the worst record. I don't know.
I'm going to go with Kansas City still, only because what I said earlier, the script has been written, and they want, and not because Patrick Mahomes is the greatest. He is a pretty good quarterback, only because the Swifties made the NFL a lot of money this year. They've grossed a lot of money. So she's signed a contract. I will do this, but you have to make sure that my boyfriend, Travis Kelce, gets a ring this year. So, yeah, I'm gonna say the Kansas City Chiefs allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
We're not nothing's set in stone. It's alleged. I'm gonna say this is gonna be. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a little closer game. I think it's gonna be 27. 17. I think that's going to be the score.
Okay.
And
wait, closer?
No, sorry, lower scoring.
Okay.
Lower scoring game. Bet.
Yeah. What you betting? What's your snacks?
I mean, I guess that's you since I got to eat the celery if you win. So,
so what do I have to eat if you win?
Yeah. Onions.
Oh no. I might die. I can't. I immediately went onion rings, and I can't. I can't do that.
Onions. Okay.
Let's do asparagus. There we go.
How do you spell that?
ASPARGUS?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, I think I'm missing an A somewhere. But it's
all right. What we're gonna do is since we're getting a podcast YouTube channel, starting to get that up and running. We have cameras, so in the next couple of weeks we're going to have actual video.
Let's go
going, and so whoever wins or loses, I should say, will be eating this live on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So get ready for that awesomeness.
Oh, amazing. Balsamic asparagus? I got this.
Balsamic? No, we didn't say anything about sauce. We didn't say anything about sauces.
No sauce? I said, you're going to do it without peanut butter, and you were like, yes, that was you. That was you. I mean, if it's celery, I'm putting something on it. Can't just ranch or something.
I might have to amend.
You might have to amend the contract.
We'll see how that goes. But I feel like either way it's gonna be a win-win because we might have to both eat.
Yeah, win-win. We got this.
But so those are predictions. Again, to recap, Chris said that Kansas City will win 34-27. I said that the Kansas City Chiefs will win 27-17. We're not giving Brock Purdy a chance.
Hold up. I'm changing everything. I'm going San Francisco 34-27.
Oh, he said.
Let's make this interesting, man.
I'm gonna change.
We gotta make this interesting. I know that's what my heart says, but I mean Vegas thinks that the 49ers are the favorite. I think it's gonna be a close game. You know what? I want to see Taylor cry.
You want to see Taylor cry?
I want to see Taylor cry.
Wait, what want to see Taylor cry for?
I'm just kidding. Please don't come for me.
I want to see Taylor cry. I don't want to see Taylor cry. Even though I'm not a big fan of Taylor.
I want to test her loyalty.
She ain't loyal to them.
I want to test her. I want to test her loyalty. What happens if he loses the Super Bowl, Taylor?
Are you going to still be with Travis?
Or are you just going to move on to the next victim?
And he'll be the next song.
Mm-hmm.
I dated Travis, and he wasn't good to me because he lost the Super Bowl. That's what I feel like the next song will be if they lose. Mm-hmm. So Travis, you know what to do.
Yeah,
you know what to do.
Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting.
Have 175 yards in the first half, 3 touchdowns. Second half, you're gonna have 200 yards and 8 touchdowns. Just to make it. Oh yes, Lord. Just to make it worthy. So.
We'll see. I fully expect a good game. Vegas, again, has the 49ers winning right now. I think they're like a -2 or whatever. So a close game, but still they have them as the favorite. This will be more interesting for us. I think what we should do is we should have to eat like one of those snacks, healthy snacks, every time the other team scores. That's what I think we should do.
I'm not that committed yet. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not that.
You're not on that diet yet?
I'm not on that. I'm not on that.
All right, well, we should do exercises then. Yeah, gotta do some benches, gotta do some burpees or something. We'll figure it out.
Still not on that level yet. So you talking about stuff that you getting too thick in the weeds, man. Let's bring it back to food.
We're gonna have to take off Monday. We'll be so sore from the workout.
Exactly. I ain't trying to do all that. I gotta lift heavy stuff on. Every day. So
I hear you.
It's not gonna work out for me. But
it's all good. It's going to be a fun game. Everybody enjoy it responsibly. Please don't bet more than you're willing to lose.
And please, you're going to the Super Bowl. Please drink responsibly.
Yeah.
Don't drink and drive. Don't do drugs. Stay in school. And
weather the storm.
Ride the wave. God bless. Peace out.
Playoffs.
Well, this has been a fun episode of YDKJ Podcast. We appreciate you guys listening. We try to give you some good content. We try to, make some things entertaining. Let us know what you think, and we'll be back eventually. whenever we can. It's tough. It's tough to do. Podcasts during the week.
I like it. It's like a surprise. It's like, you open up your podcast app and hey, they dropped an episode.
They dropped it. So,
boom. Yeah, so, it's great.
Just look out for us. Like I said again, look out for our YouTube. It's going to be significantly more setup time and significantly more editing. So I'm not going to promise a consistent schedule just of yet, but we will get there. We're going to be putting in that work here pretty soon. So
that's right. We got all off season to figure it out.
Not like we're not putting in any work right now. It's a lot of work that's going into this, but so we're looking at some good things to come. So we'll see you guys on the next episode of You Don't Know Jack, YDKJ Podcast. And Chris, you have anything else to say?
Roll Tide.
Okay, get out of here. My name is Hubert Maitland.
I'm Chris Brown.
And we will catch you in the next episode.
Peace.